Get your daily news fix with NewsSource latest edition. February 28. Get your daily news fix with NewsSource latest edition. February 28, 2025, featuring crypto, politics, tech, and more. Number 1 hit and more. YouTube music charts, global top songs from February 14th to February 20th, 2025. APT features Rose and Bruno Mars. Die with a Smile includes Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars. Not Like Us is by Kendrick Lamar. AAJ Key Rat is performed by Madhubanti Bagchi and Divya. Spotify Weekly Top Songs Global, from Friday, February 14th to Thursday, February 20th, 2025. Die with a Smile by Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars. Luther, featuring SZA, by Kendrick Lamar and SZA. Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar. APT, by Rose and Bruno Mars. Nintendo US Digital Top Sellers starting February 24th, 2025. Super Mario Party Jamboree, Hello Kitty Island Adventure, Minecraft, Stardew Valley. Steam's most popular games. Highlighting the top-selling and most played games worldwide on Steam. Based on the top 100 revenue products list, for Tuesday, February 11th, 2025 to Tuesday, February 18th, 2025. Counter-Strike 2, Sid Meier's Civilization 7, Monster Hunter Wilds, Kingdom Come, Deliverance 2, Apex Legends. CISA's cybersecurity alerts and advisories. CISA collaborates with ASD's ACSC, CCCS, NCSC UK, and various international and US entities to issue guidance on edge devices. One more drop in the AI ocean. Perplexity AI's R1-1776 is a DeepSeek R1 reasoning model that has undergone additional training to eliminate censorship by the Chinese Communist Party. This model delivers objective, precise, and truthful information while preserving its advanced reasoning skills. Handheld gaming PCs have achieved over 6 million sales, with the Steam Deck making up more than half of these figures. EA has recently released the source code for Command & Conquer, Red Alert, Renegade, and Generals. The head of Pokémon is optimistic that the series will continue for another 50 to 100 years, and the Pokémon Champions game has been announced. This new battle-centric title will be available on the Nintendo Switch and mobile platforms. Research indicates that individuals favor AI chatbots for conversations about embarrassing health matters, yet they prefer humans when expressing anger. Axios notes that NVIDIA causes significant concern in Silicon Valley every 3 months. Y Combinator withdraws backing from an AI startup following a video showing the boss shouting at a human employee, referring to him as number 17. The International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, has reported a significant increase in Iran's inventory of uranium that is close to being suitable for nuclear weapons. Meanwhile, New Zealand has announced that China has expressed willingness to address the concerns raised about its recent military exercises. Just 2 days prior, live-fire maneuvers conducted by highly proficient Chinese warships caused unease in both New Zealand and Australia. Additionally, Israel has freed more than 600 Palestinian detainees following the return of the bodies of 4 hostages by Hamas. Romanian authorities interrogate pro-Russian presidential hopeful amid Kremlin meddling. South Korea reports that North Korea has dispatched additional soldiers to Russia to support its conflict with Ukraine. Russia's Avtovaz indicates that Renault's repurchase of its Russian assets will be at least $1.3 billion. A poster in London titled "Don't Buy a Swastikar" has gained widespread attention, as an anti-Elon Musk group's advertisement featuring the slogan "From Zero to 1939 in 3 seconds" has also become popular following the German election. The Washington Post highlights that Elon Musk's extensive business ventures have been supported by $38 billion in government subsidies. Additionally, Elon Musk has expressed willingness to appear on The Daily Show after Jon Stewart's critique of Doge, provided the episode is broadcast without edits, and the show has agreed, stating, "We be delighted." Kurdish leader Öcalan, while incarcerated, communicates a plea for the PKK to surrender their weapons in pursuit of peace with Turkey. A UN report demands global intervention as Nicaragua's administration intensifies its crackdown. Austrian centrist political parties have agreed to establish a government excluding the far-right faction. Pew Research reports that the decrease in Christianity in the U.S. has decelerated and might have stabilized. A Pentagon memo indicates that transgender individuals will be expelled from the military. Salon observes with the statement, "A woman is like a child." MAGA swiftly targets taking away power from Republican women. Paris prosecutor has dismissed the case against Apple concerning minerals from the Congo, as indicated by a document. AT&T and Verizon have successfully made the initial video calls from a cell phone to a satellite. Amazon Web Services has introduced a new quantum computing chip, named the Ocelot. A study suggests that the absence of soil on the space station could potentially harm astronauts' health. Researchers have uncovered the earliest evidence indicating that our ancestors resided in rainforests approximately 150,000 years ago. Recent findings have shown that the Great Wall of China is 300 years older than was previously believed. The USDA indicates that egg prices might rise by an additional 41% this year. Previously, last month, the increase was forecasted at 20%, and the Agriculture Department is considering importing eggs due to the soaring prices. Chile has declared an emergency following a power outage that has left the country in darkness. It has been disclosed that more than half of the nations are failing to safeguard 30% of their land and sea as part of the UN nature plans. Australia prohibits the use of Kaspersky software by government entities because it poses an unacceptable security risk. Apple unveils fresh child safety measures, such as an age verification system for applications. Microsoft identifies the hackers responsible for tools designed to circumvent generative AI guardrails, labeling the alleged credential stealing Azure abuse enterprise operators. Meta is terminating approximately 20 employees due to leaks. Apple is attempting to lift Indonesia's iPhone ban by proposing 2 new manufacturing plants and a pioneering chip research facility. The Kia PV5 has been unveiled as an electric van targeting customers of the diesel Ford Transit. A new standard developed by the WHO and ITU seeks to reduce hearing loss among gamers, introducing H.872, safe listening for video gameplay and esports. FBI Director Kash Patel is reportedly interested in integrating the UFC with the FBI, according to sources, and it seems the UFC is not aware of discussions between Dana White and FBI head Patel. Meanwhile, Romanian prosecutors have granted Andrew Tate's request to depart Romania, and Tate, along with his brother, has arrived in Florida, where Governor DeSantis has stated they are not welcome. Additionally, the U.S. Department of Education has introduced a End DEI portal. UK asylum claims have reached their peak since 2002. The Gold Card visa program by Donald Trump has already attracted 250,000 applicants. Recently, Trump mentioned knowing some Russian oligarchs who are very nice people, and he stated that the U.S. will offer a $5 million gold card to affluent foreigners. U.S. Fish and Wildlife is urging people to consume more invasive marsh rodents. The Washington Post article highlights Elon Musk's response to certain Trump aides who are hesitant to strengthen the promotion of Dogecoin. Additionally, the White House has restricted access for AP, Reuters, and other media outlets to cover a Trump cabinet meeting. Furthermore, Attorney General Pamela Bondi has unveiled the initial phase of declassified Epstein files, which reportedly feature a new contact list for Jeffrey Epstein that includes Alec Baldwin, Michael Jackson, Mick Jagger, and the mother of RFK Jr. Jeff Bezos prohibits Washington Post opinion writers from criticizing free speech and free markets. This has been described as, Jeff Bezos declares Washington Post opinions will solely praise capitalism's virtues. Elon Musk claims the FAA's air traffic control system upgrade is inadequate and suggests SpaceX should assume Verizon's contract. It has been noted that FAA reportedly considering Verizon contract for Musk's Starlink, sources indicate. The Washington Post states that FBI examining Trump EPA allegations of fraud in $20 billion Biden grant fund. Zendaya is set to appear in Shrek 5 as the daughter of the ogre. The new anime Lazarus, created by the mastermind behind Cowboy Bebop, has released a stylish trailer and is scheduled for an April debut. In a related incident, a BTS fan from Japan was called in by South Korean authorities for kissing Jin without his permission. YouTube celebrity MrBeast is fundraising with a $5 billion valuation. Stripe completes tender sale at a $91.5 billion valuation, reporting a $1.4 trillion increase in payment volumes for 2024. India's Reliance promotes brain mapping to attract IPL advertisers following its merger with Disney. Apple has launched an 8-hour soundtrack loop on YouTube, featuring an exclusive Odessa set tailored for maintaining focus throughout an innie's workday. Additionally, YouTube has announced that it now boasts over 1 billion monthly viewers of podcast content. Meanwhile, Gracenote has noted a substantial rise in sports content available on subscription video on demand (SVOD) platforms. U.S. soldier connected to AT&T breach allegedly reached out to spy agency. Celebrite halts services in Serbia following allegations that police utilized its technology to install spyware. U.S. intelligence chief reportedly not informed about UK's clandestine Apple data request, while the Biden Justice Department minimized the UK's demand for an Apple backdoor, and U.S. intelligence supports Apple against UK encryption backdoor demands. In the United States, a group of Republican lawmakers has introduced a bill proposing to feature Donald Trump's image on a $250 bill. Additionally, the Social Security Administration is considering a reduction of up to 50% in its workforce. Furthermore, federal agencies have been given a deadline to submit plans for relocating their offices outside the Washington, D.C. area. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, CFPB, has decided to terminate its legal action against Capital One, which had claimed the company caused customers to lose $2 billion in interest. Additionally, the CFPB is discontinuing its enforcement actions against Capital One, Rocket Homes, and other entities. Meanwhile, billionaire Justin Sun has received a temporary relief as the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, has halted its fraud case against him, with discussions underway between the SEC and the Tron founder to potentially resolve the civil fraud case. Furthermore, the SEC has stated that the majority of meme coins are not considered securities and are therefore not subject to securities regulations. President Trump announced plans to impose 25% tariffs on European Union goods, arguing that the EU was established to disadvantage the United States in trade dealings. As tensions rise over tariff threats from Trump, Mexico has extradited several high-profile drug cartel leaders, including Rafael Caro Quintero, to the United States. This move is viewed as an attempt to ease trade tensions with the U.S. Trump indicated that the United States and the United Kingdom have the potential to negotiate a genuine trade deal that could be established without the need for tariffs, signaling positive diplomatic relations between the two nations. BP announces a significant multi-billion-dollar agreement to modernize Iraq's oil fields. The worldwide market for combustion engine vehicles has reached its highest point. Trump revokes Chevron's oil license for Venezuela due to insufficient electoral reforms. Mongolia to host next UN conference on sustainable land management. U.S. terminates funding for polio, HIV, malaria, and nutrition programs around the world. Commercial lunar lander Athena heading to the moon with a drill, rover, and rocket-powered hopper to search for ice. DR Congo and who are examining a cluster of mysterious illnesses, with the death toll now at 60. A Texas child who lacked vaccination has succumbed to measles, marking the first such death in the U.S. in 10 years. RFK Jr. claims measles outbreaks are not unusual in the U.S., but doctors disagree. Research indicates that extreme heat might accelerate aging in older adults. Israel's military acknowledges shortcomings on October 7. The investigation into the assault may exert influence on Netanyahu. The IDF's examinations reveal a long-standing misinterpretation of Hamas, leaving southern Israel completely exposed. A human rights organization claims that Israel has consistently mistreated Palestinian health professionals due to their occupation. Egypt announces that Israel and Hamas have started discussions on the subsequent stage of the Gaza ceasefire. Paramount is reducing its diversity, equity, and inclusion (DEI) efforts to comply with Trump's directives. Donald Trump advises Apple to eliminate diversity programs despite shareholder support. Warner Bros. Discovery changes the name of its DEI group to focus solely on inclusion. Amazon introduces AI-powered Alexa, complimentary for Prime members, priced at $19.99 for others. The company plans to release numerous AI devices, according to its hardware chief. Alexa Plus is compatible with Prime Video and Fire TV, allowing users to jump to a scene in a film. OpenAI unveils GPT 4.5, which is more adept at persuading other AIs to provide financial resources. However, OpenAI cautions that GPT 4.5 is not a frontier AI model. The organization also reports being out of GPUs due to ongoing supply challenges in AI and gaming. Alibaba has launched an advanced open video model, which has quickly been associated with the production of AI-generated pornography. Anthropic has introduced the inaugural hybrid reasoning AI model globally. Satya Nadella remarks that AI has not yet developed an application with the same transformative impact as email and Excel combined. NVIDIA's CEO, Jensen Huang, states that AI now requires 100 times more computational power compared to when ChatGPT was first launched. Lilly intends to allocate $27 billion to establish new manufacturing facilities in the United States amid Trump's potential imposition of pharmaceutical tariffs. HP aims to produce 90% of its North American goods outside China by the end of October. China's advanced semiconductors are projected to constitute 28% of global production, leading to an oversupply situation. Western companies voice apprehensions about their continued existence. Estonia introduces a new AI initiative in collaboration with OpenAI to implement chatbots in educational institutions. According to the Wall Street Journal, Microsoft advises President Trump to revise restrictions on AI chip exports. DeepSeek provides a 75% discount on its reasoning model, with a new R2 model set to be released before the month of May. Putin commends Trump administration. Initial contact brings hope, officials state, as Russia views discussions with the U.S. as a chance to rejuvenate its espionage networks. South Korea reports that North Korea is increasing its troop deployment to Russia. Russian and U.S. diplomats convene in Istanbul to deliberate on the restoration of embassy operations. Olive Aeronautics' electric flying car successfully completes a vertical takeoff in California. Waymo reaches 200,000 paid trips weekly, surpassing Tesla's efforts. Tesla targets Waymo and Uber in its California ride-hail initiative. Tamil Nadu could be the origin of the Iron Age, according to a study. A unique fresco found in Pompeii depicts a woman who defies male dominance by dancing freely, hunting, and consuming raw meat in the mountains. Tokyo is implementing a 4-day workweek in a last-ditch effort to help Japan lose its undesirable label of world's oldest population, as the country experiences its lowest birth rate in 125 years. Most Americans report that their income does not keep pace with inflation, according to a poll. Chelsea's 2024 squad is the most expensive in UEFA history. A study reveals a significant connection between illegal drug use and homelessness, highlighting the unmet need for treatment. Illicit crypto volume in 2024 reached an unprecedented $40 billion, Chainalysis report. Hackers of Bybit transferred more than half of the stolen Ethereum to Bitcoin, primarily utilizing Thorchain. According to sources, crypto trading platform BitMEX is seeking a purchaser. TikTok is ending its creator marketplace in favor of TikTok One, which includes AI tools for a more comprehensive approach. Jeopardy! And Wheel of Fortune are transitioning to streaming platforms. Warner Bros. Discovery anticipates that its streaming profits will increase by twofold and aims to reach 150 million users. China is encouraging tech companies to generate revenue from data, yet many are hesitant to adopt this approach. In a related development, it has been noted that Chinese companies are now including data holdings as assets in their accounting practices, following new regulations. Additionally, a survey indicates that 42% of individuals believe Google Search is losing its effectiveness. Meanwhile, Slack envisions a future workplace where interactions with artificial intelligence are more frequent than those with human colleagues. TikTok and YouTube successfully defend against a lawsuit regarding choking challenge videos. Mozilla updates Firefox terms of service, removing the commitment not to sell user data. Microsoft is allegedly discontinuing Skype after 14 years of inattention. The Philippines has apprehended individuals suspected of being Chinese spies who were allegedly attempting to infiltrate the office of President Marcos. According to a report by Reuters, these suspected spies were involved in offering bribes to local city officials and police officers in the form of cash and motorbikes. Meanwhile, China's defense ministry has issued a stern warning to Taiwan, stating that they will eventually capture Taiwan, regardless of the time it takes. In response, Taiwan has cautioned China that repeating the errors of World War II will result in their defeat. Additionally, former U.S. President Donald Trump has accepted an invitation from the king for what is described as an unprecedented second state visit. During this period, Trump has also expressed his support for the Chagos deal to British Prime Minister Keir Starmer. In the U.S., fake ICE agents terrorized California businesses for social media stardom, police say. Fake captain boards $8 million fishing boat and convinces crew to set sail, Washington cops say. Elon Musk's Starlink is keeping modern slavery compounds online. For months ago, it has been reported that Myanmar's sweeping internet blackouts drive rebels, medics, scammers to satellite service.
Get your daily news fix with NewsSourceScrawler's latest edition. February 26, 2025, featuring crypto, politics, tech, and more. Number 1 hit and more. YouTube music charts. Global top songs from February 14 to February 20, 2025. APT features Rose and Bruno Mars. Die with a Smile includes Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars. Not Like Us is by Kendrick Lamar. AAJ Key Rat is performed by Madhu Banti and Divya. Spotify Weekly Top Songs Global, from Friday, February 14 to Thursday, February 20, 2025. Die with a Smile by Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars. Luther, featuring SZA, by Kendrick Lamar and SZA. Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar. APT by Rose and Bruno Mars. Nintendo US Digital Top Sellers starting February 24, 2025. Super Mario Party, Jamboree, Hello Kitty Island Adventure, Minecraft, Stardew Valley. Steam's most popular games. Highlighting the top-selling and most played games worldwide on Steam. Based on the top 100 revenue products list, for Tuesday, February 11, 2025 to Tuesday, February 18, 2025. Counter-Strike 2, Sid Meier's Civilization 7, Monster Hunter Wilds, Kingdom Come, Deliverance 2, Apex Legends. CISA's cybersecurity alerts and advisories. CISA collaborates with ASD's ACSC, CCCS, NCSC UK, and various international and US entities to issue guidance on edge devices. One more drop in the AI ocean. Perplexity AI's R1-1776 is a DeepSeek R1 reasoning model that has undergone additional training to eliminate censorship by the Chinese Communist Party. This model delivers objective, precise, and truthful information while preserving its advanced reasoning skills. The NBA is unveiling physical AI robots at the 2025 All-Star Tech Summit. In the world of baseball, robot umpires are set to undergo their initial trial during the upcoming spring training season. Meanwhile, Tesla has finally rolled out its much-anticipated full self-driving (FSD) features to drivers in China. The Financial Times has reported that China is leveraging its tech talent to accelerate the growth of its AI data center industry. Additionally, Alibaba has announced its intention to invest a substantial $53 billion in artificial intelligence, marking a significant strategic shift for the company. Meanwhile, shares of Siemens Energy and Schneider Electric have experienced a decline following a report indicating that Microsoft has decided to cancel its lease for AI data centers. Google's latest AI video model, VO2, is priced at 50 cents for each second of video. The surge in data centers from major tech companies results in pollution that impacts U.S. public health by $5.4 billion annually. China has introduced an underwater computing center capable of equaling the power of 30,000 gaming computers. This subsea data center could support 7,000 DeepSeek conversations every second, according to a report. In Germany, the leader of the Christian Democratic Union, CDU, MERS, is contemplating the possibility of extending the nuclear protection provided by France and Britain to Germany. Additionally, he suggests that Europe might require its own military alliance, separate from NATO, as a potential alternative. Meanwhile, the Swiss army has expressed openness to participating in peacekeeping efforts along the Ukrainian-Russian border. In a related development, Ukrainian President Zelensky has indicated his readiness to relinquish his presidency if it means achieving peace in Ukraine or securing NATO membership for the country. Apple plans to construct artificial intelligence servers in Houston and commit $500 billion to investments in the United States. The company will also establish a 23,200 square meter facility in Texas. Meanwhile, Bird, a Dutch software firm, intends to exit Europe because of stringent AI regulations, according to its CEO. Additionally, OpenAI co-founder Ilya Sutskever's startup is raising funds with a valuation exceeding $30 billion, prompting the Financial Times to remark, pre-product AI company now valued at $30 billion. UAE plans $40 billion investment in Italy, according to Maloney. JP Morgan Chase allocates $50 billion for direct lending in private credit initiative. Saudi Arabia introduces new currency symbol to enhance financial reputation. The shortage of Novo Nordisk's Wegovy and Ozempic medications in the United States has been addressed, according to the FDA. The Cato Institute has declared that surrogacy has emerged as the latest focal point in the ongoing struggle for reproductive freedom. Additionally, an inventor has secured a patent for horse blinders designed for individuals with ADHD. The Yankees have decided to stop playing Frank Sinatra's New York, New York following defeats. Shaun White's new snowboard league is set to visit Aspen and a mountain in China, marking the location where he concluded his career. King Kohli has achieved the record of being the fastest batter to accumulate 14,000 runs in ODI cricket. Apple designer Susan Kare introduces her NFT Escape keys to Asprey Studio, crafting a collection of iconic keys and jewelry. Chinese television formats are targeting global expansion, as disclosed by industry leaders at MIP London. Major League Baseball and ESPN are terminating their agreement after the 2025 season, with the league citing insufficient coverage. Wiley Journal has withdrawn 26 articles due to issues with the peer review process being compromised. Kim Kardashian is facing a lawsuit after incorrectly identifying a New York man as a death row inmate from Texas on her Instagram account. The New York Times has published an article discussing how human therapists are gearing up to confront artificial intelligence that is attempting to mimic their roles. Fossil tour guide finds enormous, purple dinosaur footprint on a UK beach. Larger animals face increased cancer risk, yet they have developed superior defenses. Amazing find reveals mice attempting to resuscitate fallen companions. Gmail plans to transition from SMS authentication to using QR codes. Microsoft is experimenting with offering free Office for Windows applications that include advertisements. Dow Jones has broadened its AI marketplace to encompass almost 5,000 publishers. Netanyahu declares that Israel will not permit Syrian military presence in areas located south of Damascus. A prominent Hamas leader expresses regret, stating he would not have supported the attacks on October 7 if he had foreseen the severe repercussions for Gaza. In an AI-generated video, Trump outlines his Trump-Gaza vision, emphasizing the elimination of tunnels and the eradication of fear. The United States casts its vote alongside Russia, North Korea, and Belarus against a United Nations resolution concerning the Ukraine war. Conversely, the UN dismisses a U.S. resolution that calls for an end to the conflict without acknowledging Russian aggression. Meanwhile, President Putin emphasizes the importance of Europe in discussions about Ukraine but indicates that a resolution remains far off. In Washington, former President Trump and French President Macron meet, with Europe urging ongoing support for Ukraine. Reportedly, Macron advises Trump to exercise caution during negotiations aimed at concluding Russia's war in Ukraine. Warner Brothers has decided to shut down Monolith Productions and the studio responsible for Multiversus, and has also cancelled the Wonder Woman game. In other news, Call of Duty has acknowledged the use of generative AI to assist in the creation of certain in-game assets, which explains the subpar quality of some calling cards. Meanwhile, Ubisoft has issued an apology for promotional material related to Assassin's Creed Shadows that has raised concerns within the Japanese community, assuring that the RPG will continue to evolve until its release. Bybit CEO confirms closing ETH gap, exchange back to 100% reserves after record $1.5 billion hack. North Korean hackers steal record $1.5 billion in single crypto hack, security firm says. OKX pleads guilty to violating U.S. anti-money laundering laws and agrees to pay penalties totaling more than $500 million. China advisor advocates reducing the legal marriage age to 18 to increase the birth rate. Iraq's first census in nearly 40 years recorded 46.1 million people. South Korea's birth rate increases for the first time in 9 years, with a rise in marriages. Right-to-repair laws have now been introduced in all 50 U.S. states. Trump orders investigation into possible tariffs on copper. In the U.S., ISPs fear wave of state laws after New York's $15 broadband mandate. Research indicates that the incidence of cardiac arrest among athletes remained unchanged throughout the pandemic period. Another study reveals that the process of brewing tea has the capability to eliminate heavy metals present in water. Additionally, it has been discovered that natural antioxidants found in various foods might potentially mitigate the reproductive damage caused by microplastics. Trump reportedly cancels order on rights abuses linked to U.S.-supplied weapons. Iran displays new weapons made domestically during military exercise. Keir Starmer plans to increase UK's defence budget to 2.5% of GDP by £13 billion, reducing international aid, to confront figures like Putin before meeting Donald Trump. UN nature talks, which have been delayed, are set to resume in Rome for a 3-day intensive session. A newly approved tartan design honours individuals persecuted under Scotland's Witchcraft Act. According to Bloomberg, Apple plans to continue its diversity, equity, and inclusion (DEI) initiatives, despite some potential modifications, as shareholders vote against a proposal to eliminate the DEI program. Trump's approval rating stands at 52% following his initial month in office. An AI-generated video depicting Trump engaging in an inappropriate act with Musk was controversially displayed on government office televisions. Musk has committed to addressing issues with X after surveys indicated strong backing for Ukraine's President Zelensky. DBS CEO anticipates reducing 4,000 temporary positions as AI takes over certain roles. Chegg initiates legal action against Google, alleging that its AI search tool impedes user traffic. A group of 1,000 artists launches a silent album to demonstrate against the UK's copyright concessions to AI. The US economy is increasingly reliant on wealthy individuals, with households earning $250,000 or more playing a significant role. Meanwhile, 21 Doge staff members have resigned, expressing their refusal to assist in the dismantling of public services. The Atlantic has recently noted that Doge possesses God mode access to government data. Additionally, SCMP reported that China's advancements in high-tech are altering global politics, prompting the US and its allies to form a balancing coalition, according to a study. Viral fake videos depict Trump kissing Musk's feet following a HUD TV protest, where an AI-generated video reportedly showed Trump kissing Elon Musk's feet in the HUD building. A Russian court fined the son of an oligarch more than all the money in the world on Twitch. Documents reveal that Sakharov smuggled his Nobel Prize speech to Oslo using an embassy ploy, 50 years later. China's President Xi reaffirms a no-limits partnership with Putin during a call on the Ukraine war anniversary. The World Bank released an updated Ukraine Recovery and Reconstruction Needs Assessment on December 31, 2024, estimating the total reconstruction and recovery cost in Ukraine at $524 billion, €506 billion, over the next decade. This figure is about 2.8 times the estimated nominal GDP of Ukraine for 2024. Some have remarked that USAID was an instrument of American imperialism, suggesting that Trump will discover a method to replace it. VPN providers consider exiting France over dangerous blocking demands. U.S. employee screening giant DISA says hackers access data of more than 3M people. GOP email system infiltrated by Chinese hackers last summer, new book reveals. Lucasfilm president criticized by Musk announces resignation. 8 months prior, Elon Musk criticized Lucasfilm's president for being woke, claiming she is more deadly than the Death Star. According to reports, nearly 40% of contracts cancelled by Musk's Doge are anticipated to result in no savings. Paramount and Trump are looking for a mediator in the CBS News lawsuit. Russia has expressed willingness to engage in economic collaboration with the United States regarding rare earth minerals and energy resources. Additionally, Russia has proposed a rare minerals agreement to the U.S., which includes deposits located in areas of Ukraine that are under Russian control. Meanwhile, Tesla's sales in Europe have experienced a significant decline of 45%, attributed to Elon Musk's involvement in political matters. In a related development, Fox News reported that Senator Chris Coons has criticized Trump's economic policies, suggesting they are contributing to rising costs in America. Rover recently discovered evidence of vacation-style beaches on Mars. Additionally, the Curiosity rover has spotted ancient water ripples on Mars, suggesting a history of shallow, ice-free lakes. In the Planetary Parade 2025, a rare 7-planet alignment will occur on February 28, an event not expected again until 2040. Furthermore, China is constructing a space telescope to compete with the JWST, which may have a longer lifespan in orbit. Apple announces it is addressing an iPhone dictation issue where the word Trump is mistakenly recognized instead of racist. Google has been unsuccessful in its legal battle regarding Android Auto Access, which could have negative implications for major tech companies. Denmark plans to prohibit mobile phones in educational institutions and after-school activities. Google provides the Gemini AI coding tool at no cost, featuring a capacity that is almost limitless. Perplexity introduces Comet, a web browser driven by AI with agentic capabilities. Meta is exploring an AI data center initiative that might have a price tag of $200 billion. The complete cast for the He-Man reboot and Masters of the Universe has been disclosed. George R.R. Martin has indicated that a movie adaptation of Elden Ring might be possible. The sequel to Leaving Neverland, titled Surviving Michael Jackson, is set to debut on YouTube in the United States. ProPublica notes that while Facebook is moving away from fact-checking, it is also providing incentives for content that goes viral. A U.S. judge has ruled that Trump Media and Rumble are not required to comply with a Brazilian order they consider to be censorship. Reason argues that the FTC should not attempt to ensure that social media platforms are fair. Trump suggests a $5 million gold card for obtaining U.S. citizenship. According to a poll, 71% of Trump voters are against cuts to Medicaid. A Canadian petition seeking to revoke Elon Musk's citizenship has collected over 250,000 signatures. The Indian technology sector is expected to grow significantly in the fiscal year 2025, surpassing $300 billion in the fiscal year 2026, according to NASCOM. Meanwhile, Meta is required to address a lawsuit alleging it favors less expensive foreign workers. Additionally, Doge is reportedly utilizing artificial intelligence to evaluate the responses of federal employees who were instructed to justify their positions via email, and it is working on software that automates the termination of government workers. Musk starts testing Starlink terminals in the U.S. airspace system following the FAA contract, which raises new conflict of interest concerns. Nikkei reports that the global tech industry is preparing for a China shock in mature chips. UNICEF is implementing machine learning to enhance vaccination efforts in Africa. MongoDB acquires Voyage AI for $220 million to enhance AI search capabilities. Grok introduces a new unhinged voice mode that includes cursing, screaming, and simulating phone sex. Pew reveals that U.S. workers are more apprehensive than optimistic about the future impact of AI in the workplace. Ukraine is set to reach an agreement with the United States regarding the terms of a minerals deal, following President Zelensky's acceptance of the U.S. proposal after former President Trump withdrew his previous demands. Meanwhile, a White House official is advocating for the removal of Canada from the Five Eyes intelligence alliance. Additionally, the Department of Homeland Security has announced a new registry for undocumented immigrants, requiring them to provide fingerprints, with penalties such as fines and imprisonment for non-compliance, as former President Trump plans to enforce this measure. The fire crisis has spread from Los Angeles to Latin America, affecting countries from Mexico to Argentina. In particular, Argentinian Patagonia is experiencing its most severe forest fires in the past 30 years. Meanwhile, BP is anticipated to abandon its renewables target as it reorients towards fossil fuels. Additionally, U.S. officials have been missing from international climate forums during the Trump administration's second term. Alibaba has released its AI model for video and image generation to the public. Microsoft Copilot provides free voice and one-powered Think Deeper features. The Financial Times highlights a rise in UK university students using AI for assignments, with universities advised to evaluate their assessments as 92% of students utilize AI, and the HEPI/Cortex AI survey